now, I'm not so sure. Multimum, Sentinel, and Queen Nai. Aram has got Ember, Asuri, and Azoth. What will we see for this game one? I'm very excited to see as we are about to enter grand finals.
Oh man, I am ready. I'm expecting Sentinel coming out from Multimum. He's gotten too far with just that legend to kind of throw it away now. And then Aram, I don't know, Aram, like, do you think he's going to start off with the Azoth here?
I don't know. I feel like he might actually bring out the Asuri. Like, I think the legends are so dependent on who he's fighting against. I feel like a large part of that match that we just saw was Aram abusing the poor recoveries and offstage options of Hammer and Lance with Bo, right? But that's not the same with Multimum. Multimum, yeah, he's got the Hammer, but he's got the Katars. Katars arguably can fight against Bo in certain ways that those weapons cannot. The recoveries are better. They have more aerial options. Whether or not Aram's going to go for that middle ground, that Ember pick, it's completely up in the air.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember him doing really well with Asuri towards the end of the match. As you said, it was very close. It was 3-2, you know, working his way down to last stock almost every time. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him open up with Asuri and then try and rotate around afterwards.
So we're about to see. Games are ready. We're waiting for the pick coming in from Multimum, and there's the Sentinel. Aram is telling him to pick it. There's the Ember, the middle ground. That legend that we did not see at all in the first best of 5 being brought out in the first game.
All right, and we've seen this before. I feel like Multimum just kind of oftentimes bans the left 4 stages. He really likes leaving open Mammoth, Great Hall, and Shipwreck.
Essentially, any map that's got some weird hole in the center, he doesn't want to deal with at all. Like, he's just kind of like, let's go to a place where center stage exists. But no, Aram indeed is actually the one that has to ban. So, actually, I feel like banning is just a little confused in general. Oh, that's right. So Foda clarifying in the chat. Well, so for anybody who's just joining in from this tournament, because I think I heard from Foda that we're actually on the front page of Twitch right now. So a lot of players are being able to come in to be able to see this for the first time, or maybe are fans of Brawlhalla but haven't watched the competitive scene. We are in grand finals. That means Multimum is coming from winner's bracket and Aram is coming from loser's bracket. So what that means is that seeding aside, the person who is on the winner's side has the advantage in a sense, right? And if they lose this best of 5 that's coming up, they get another best of 5 to play because they've never technically been sent to losers bracket. So it's going to be very hard for Aram to be able to take this grand finals, but it's still possible. And Multimum is going to be trying his best to prevent that reset from happening.
Yeah, so Aram's the first one to arm up with a bow. He's kind of weapon starving Multimum right now, which I definitely agree with. Kind of trying to focus on that because Multimum does very well with the Katars, he does very well with the Hammer, but the unarmed, you know, it left a little bit to be desired.
Absolutely. Now Aram opening up with his Katars, goes for that D-like combo, finds a nice down air. He's finding the damage on Multimum without taking himself, but we can't let that fool us. Aram is on Ember. 3 defense. Multimum just got to place one nice side sig to be able to kill him in light orange, and that's going to be it for him. So we have to be careful. Aram's got a very delicate game that he has to play, and Multimum has got a little bit more room to breathe.
Yeah, I mean, Aram's not giving him a lot of room to breathe, but he does manage to punish one signature with his own, and that's exactly the start that he needs. He manages even to punish the dodge with the recovery, so he's poised to take this first stock, but we saw that didn't really matter much as Aram takes the stock similar to what he was doing in Losers Finals against Lands.
And that side stick confirms that Multimum finds a nice neutral light, but other than that, no stomp follow-up. Can't get the heads. Oh, what am I talking about? Side stick as Aram tries to sidelight out of the way, ends up finding himself flying to his death. Even game already. Game 1, 2-2. Both players, white stock, second stock. Aram's on the side of the stage, holds on to the bow, gets a nice snare as Multimum tries to punish his jump and gets a little bit more damage with that neutral light. Wow! Downsig just casually downsigs him on the middle of the stage with Ember bow, no less.
I know, we see a lot of these relatively unused options coming out from Aram. You know, they're not really too popular in the meta picks right now, like the bow ground pound that we see a lot of people kind of not use in favor of its other faster attacks, and then that Ember down bow signature. I don't really see many people use it.
No, not at all. And the fact that he was able to use that and so well, the fact that it hit, it wasn't like an off-stage read, right? A lot of Ember players like to use that down stick for an edge guard. But that's what I'm talking about. The side stick of Multimum cuts Aram's life out of his hands. He is gone. 2 stocks to 1. Multimum barely even in the kill percent.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of like the bread and butter of Sentinel, I feel. He's got these really strong side signatures, and even like the down signature on Hammer, that can kill very early.
And that might be why Multiple likes it so much, because Queen Nai is very similar in a sense.
Oh, yeah. Queen Nai, another very strong legend, fantastic set of signatures, shares the Qatar weapon that Sentinel has been using, and I mean, even Ember here has the Qatars. But strong signatures for early kills. That seems to be what fits Multimum's style.
But even as we're talking about that, every kill in this game so far has been side sigs. Aram's gotten 2 side sig kills, Multimum 2 side sig kills. They're just kind of like, all right, you're in kill percent, I've got it. Here comes the signature, you're out of here. And now, both players, last stock once again, Aram trying to even up the damage, looking for multiple down airs, voids that side sig. Oh, he goes for the hard dodge in read with that down air, doesn't get it, but that down air does connect. Multiple sidelights, both players just exchanging moves with guitars, and Multimum says, enough of this. I'm losing on the trades. It's time for you to die. I have the hammer, the side sigs ready to go. Misses that one, but he's got more side sigs to throw out, as he did not get punished for it.
And here we see Multimum kind of playing a little bit towards the edge. He's trying to keep this like safe pressure onto Irem because he wants to be in range to kind of snipe for that kill without leaving himself out of position too much, because he wants to keep this lead. You know, he doesn't want to throw it away. He's seen Irem just snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat before, and he does not want to have that happen.
Oh, Multimum went for the N-Sig read, and he hit it. Aram just barely surviving. Oh no, he ground pounds almost to his death. Has the jump, has the dodge, makes it back. Multimum does not like to go for those off-stage gimps like other players, even though he had the opportunity to win the game all out there. And now, both players at kill percent. Wait, as I'm talking about that ground pound was so risky. He gets the save. Ooh.
Okay, I really like that. Just kind of waiting for Iram to use that down air to dive around the corner, and then just the quick hop off the wall into the side air. We've talked about it before. Multimum doesn't really use the Qatar side airs until it's for a sure kill. So it keeps it kind of fresh out of the opponent's mind, so they're not even really waiting for it or ready for it.
Right, and that's a great example of that there. When he's on stage, it's mostly downlights, down airs, neutral airs, and then off stage, he's kind of like, will this kill? It will. Hits him with it, and that's it. And Iram switches to the Azoth, which we have not seen him use against Multimum all tournament. He's down a game, 2 more games if he loses them in this set, and it's over for him. So he wants to try his best to be able to force Multimum at least onto a different character.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, Azoth, it is the character that kind of led him to turn the set around against Lands, so we'll see if he'll be able to work that to the same effect against Multimum here. I mean, it's very different matchup. You know, Lands was playing the Lance, Multimum not at all. So this is going to be an interesting experiment.
And already unarmed combos being opened up between both players here as they exchange. Even in the Aram picks up the first weapon, however, and finds a down air snare into weapon toss, continues to deny Multimum, and now Malt is waiting for something to spawn in his favor. Nice D-Light recovery, no nair follow-up. He's just trying to hit him with his fist, and he picks up that hammer, looks for a jumping snare, doesn't find it. Recovery, nairs, they're coming out. He's trying to find some kind of hammer hit to be able to put Aram into the orange, but so far it's even. There's the dare, no nair follow-up.
Wow, so both of them just kind of fighting back and forth, pushing the damage evenly on both, but it's really just who manages to get some significant string first.
Multimum falls down with that neutral air. Nice down air into side, like double down air. Puts him into the orange. Aram, oh, that mine was so close for Multimum to land on. He was able to react to it. And now Aram's looking for that neutral air at the bomb. Neutral air once again. Both players playing around it. It diffuses. But Aram, if anybody has more successfully used bomb combos in this tournament, it is Aram. And he always follows it up with a salute top when it finishes. It's like, you saw he was going for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he hit so many of them against Multimum in the winners finals earlier. So I was really curious to see if Multimum has finally learned that lesson. He managed to avoid it this time, but I don't know if he was actively, like, watching for it.
And now both players are in kill percent. The downer comes out. This first stock is probably going to be huge. And Aram, oh, he misses that side air, but then Multimum punishes with a delayed side sig, so it doesn't even connect. Aram calling in that weapon, picks up the axe. Will he go for the recovery here? Multimum misses the side sig, more stairs being whipped. There's the down air. Multimum finally gets the first stock. Both players are incredibly nervous, I feel like. We're seeing a lot of moves whiffed or just delayed in regards to their punishes, and now the recovery comes out from Aram that barely misses out on a kill.
Well, I mean, you know, Iram, he's no stranger to grand finals, but that winners finals was so incredibly close, and then he had to fight his way through lands, which required more than a few character switches from him, and wow, finds the kill with that mine, and you know, we've said it before, he's amazing with those explosives. But you know, Multimum, just to touch on that earlier point, I haven't really seen him in too many grand finals from what I've been able to watch.
Right, I've only seen him myself in about 2. Actually, there was a tournament where him and Logic met in grand finals 2 weeks in a row. But other than that, it's been rare for Multimum to be able to get in. There's no, the offstage edgeguard option. So many ground pounds are coming out, and Aram finds his own ground pound. Oh no,
2 in a row. Can he get the 3rd? Not quite. Multimum gets back on stage, arms up with the hammer. I mean, he's looking to take this stock and get a pretty healthy lead.
There comes off stage. He looks for that reverse recovery, but Aram does not jump into it. And now on the side of the stage, dodges through the side stick. Ultimate looking for these Sairs. So many moves.
Oh my gosh.
Both players were like dodging on top of each other, attacking, and the attack was out of range. And Multimum with a pickup side stick sends Aram flying, and now is in the lead in the orange. This could be a 2-0 lead for Malt.
Yeah, I mean, if they were both kind of hovering around each other, staying just out of range, those Sentinel side sticks, particularly that hammer one, has a ton of range and a ton of force.
Now jumping there as Multimum's looking to finish this quickly as he takes Aram off stage, but never mind.
No.
What am I talking about? Oh, ground pounds. Does not KO, but he's getting the side airs. Oh, Aram doesn't jump. He doesn't get the ground pound, and Multimum stabilizes, and now he's getting a guitar string.
Wow, this is looking really good for Multimum, showing why he's coming from the winner's side in this grand finals. Is that enough? Just not enough. Can he secure this edgeguard with the guitars?
Ooh, the bow of recovery ends up sending him into the stage and flying off to the side. Oh, Multimum looking for that ground pound. Aram goes for a double recovery, triple recovery, quadruple recovery. Nothing hits. Multimum does not care about his recovery angst and hits him with the side stick.
Wow. Yeah, again, you know, Aram, he wants to hover just outside the range, and guitars, they are kind of a, you know, low-range weapon. They're very close to the chest, but they're very quick. Sentinel's signatures, a little bit more delay, but tons of range that you do not expect.
Yeah, and Aram just could not dodge out of the way of that side stick again, ends up getting KO'd, and this is looking bad. Aram is now on a Surrey, which is the legend that he took the most games off of Multimum so far. But you have to imagine at this point that Aram is fatigued, right? Multimum has been able to take a break. He's sat through winner's bracket for quite some time now, waiting for Aram to be able to finish his games with lands. Aram has had to play best of 5s back to back to back, and now is trying his hardest to win against Multimum, who is incredibly consistent on the Sentinel, and he is on tournament game. He cannot lose another game, otherwise Multimum wins 3-0 and gets the plane ticket to BCX.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just that constant wear on the mental fortitude. And I mean, Aram, he's been switching legends. I would have liked to see this Asuri pick coming out a little bit sooner. I don't know if the Ember was exactly well placed where we wanted it to be, but hopefully he'll be able to turn something around here, because as you said, this is tournament point for Multimum.
And Multimum falling down with that Nair, neutralite recovery, a great start for him if he's looking to get this 3-0 and stop Aram in his tracks. Aram on the side of the stage, finds the mine, sends it right onto the edge, and Multimum nearly touches it. Aram's looking for those cheeky mine combos. He's looking for these downlights, but Multimum says, nope, I have neutralites, I've got recoveries, I'm going to send you towards the orange with this down air. Now Multimum is just running away with this first stock.
Yeah, I mean, the damage difference between the two, even now, is absolutely absurd. Multimum showing that he's got the strength to just power through this set. Aram wearing down a little bit.
Ooh, Horn comes in, sends Aram flying. He doesn't dodge out of the way of that, and now Aram, ooh, gets hit by that stop neutral stick. That's it. This is looking one-sided. We're not seeing some sudden surge of confidence come out from Aram here. No, it's just Multimum getting better and better as he plays more matches against his opponent. Now Aram, opting to go off stage against guitars, is still getting his weapons denied. He can't even find the explosive. Multimum's got complete control over this game number 3.
Wow, I mean, Aram finally managed to get something. He's got some guitars on him, but I don't know, he hasn't been able to get those dodge reads that he's usually known for against Multimum. Finally gets one, not able to convert it for anything more. There we go. This is what we like to see. This is the Aram we know.
And just as I was talking about how he didn't have the energy, we have just seen No moves answered from Multimum there. Aram has brought Multimum almost into kill percent from just sidelights, nairs, downlights alone. Aram is just comboing Multimum to death. He wants to even this up. A nice Sarah read. What is going on? Aram has turned something on here. No, he gets up for the recovery or the ground pound, but no, he makes it back. Stomp comes out. No follow from Multimum. He's looking for the KO here. No neutralize, no Sares. Multimum is trying to stabilize. Downlight recovery does not connect, but Aram with the sword is looking for these Sares now. He's got an opportunity to take this game. Ground pound punish. Excellent punish from Aram here. It's essentially even.
Yeah, that was a really nice turnaround. We'll see if it's as significant as the one that he had in Losers Finals, but he still has such a long way to go. He's got a mine on the field. We've seen him use those to great effect before. Can he do the same here?
Ooh, down air into nair. Aram playing off stage against the hammer, not falling into hammer recovery like he was doing against Lance. Multimum is not quite as prominent debating out that recovery as Lance is, and Multimum hitting him with that sidelight. Aram goes in for that downlight, but he gets down, aired into sidelight from Multimum, and now he's at kill percent. The bomb, so scary in this situation. But Aram's starting the guitar strings once again.
Wow, all Multimum needs is one solid hit. He's trying to find it with that signature there. Not quite enough. Switches over to the guitars, again going for these side signatures. I think Aram's got that beat on him. He knows he's going to kind of focus on those, maybe a little bit too much tunnel vision, and I'm expecting some significant punishes coming out from Aram.
Ooh, Aram waiting for that landing, goes for that down air, avoids the hammer Sares, stops the side sync, but no, the stop side sync comes out. Multimum takes Aram out, but he's not as big of a lead as it was in the first stock, but this is tournament stock for Aram. Aram needs to end this stock, not take damage, and then carry Multimum to his death, because at this point, he's going to lose his grand finals. Bomb goes down, he's low on jumps. Multimum ground pounds off the stage, tries to bait Aram towards him. Aram picks up the sword, but that's not the weapon that he's had any success with. He can't even find Sares on Multimum. No nairs, nothing. There's a neutralite, puts him in the kill percent, jumping Sare. No chase dodge weapon toss. Ground pound does not connect either, and Multimum has got that hammer. Aram's yet to take damage. Side sync connects.
Wow, finally takes something. I mean, these signatures have been working out so well for Multimum. I think he's landed them time and time again. You see another one there. There's the hammer recovery. Is that enough? Can he get this ground pound? There it is. Not quite enough. Aram just coming back again and again.
Aram took so much damage on that edge guard. He doesn't even get the kill with that Sare. Multimum has his dodge. Aram gets the recovery, but the stage saves him. Now, Multimum gets back onto the stage, punishes Aram for picking up that horn. Nice neutralite comes off. Aram gets the Sare. All right, he has a chance. He needs to deny all weapons and hold on to guitars. He just survived the most devastating edge guard from Multimum. There's the down air into sidelight. Multimum on the center of the stage is looking for that downlight. Side sync is thrown out. Aram gets carried away by the sidelight.
Oh no, the down signature! It finally hits this time around the corner. He gets the throw into the ground pound, and that's it! Multimum wins the plane ticket and hotel to BCX.
The first down sync Multimum hit all day is the final down sync that he needs to hit, because that sends Aram flying to his death. He tries to recover, can't stop the weapon toss ground pound. Multimum takes it 3-0 in grand finals. After such a clutch and close winners finals, that's it. Multimum is our EU regional qualifier champion.
Absolutely, incredibly well played by him. I don't know, I loved watching his performance today, just burning his way through the winners bracket. Fantastic. I'm excited to see him at BCX this fall, you know, where he's going to join the likes of Kyler Alice, Tiger, and Kreutzberg, coming up from all their different regions. We're going to see who wins the last two remaining regional qualifiers, but we've got Multimum, extremely well played by Aram. We see him just becoming more and more consistent, reaching grand finals, but that down signature, I want to talk about that for just a brief moment. We saw Multimum go for it several times before. He liked using it in edgeguard situations, kind of having it try and bleed around that corner just a little bit. It never really paid off. He usually got punished for it, and then he kind of abandoned it. He made it so that way Aram wasn't thinking about it, because he didn't use it again for so many games.
Yeah.
And then just right at the right time, bringing it out.
And then it forced Aram to have to use everything that he had to make it back to the stage, and there's just no way he could avoid the ground pound. It confirmed it. Incredibly smart play coming up from Multimum. Very excited to see him playing at the World Championship, because he's probably going to be one of, if not the only Sentinel that is expected to make top 8 or top 16. And the fact that Sentinel is what carried him through this tournament as well. I have called him a Queen Nai main for the longest time, but honestly, at this point, it might as well be Sentinel, because his Queen Nai did not even come close to the amount of performance that he was able to bring out with that character. kudos to Multiple for being able to bring out some very unique and impressive play to the EU tournament scene.
Yeah, and I mean, that does it for the tournament here. I think that might do it for us. I have been TWK Smash, along with...
My name's Tazza. I am the shoutcaster from another tournament series, Gravy Cancel, and I'm here for BCS, and I'm excited to be here because this qualifier is exciting. Look forward to the US West qualifier, which I believe is happening next Saturday.
Ooh, man, that's going to be ridiculous. We've got a ton of great players, LDZ, Arkosh, Jellyfish, you know them all. You'll see them there this next Saturday, I believe, for that regional qualifier. Keep an eye on this channel, follow, so that way you see when this is going down. We've got them every Saturday up until BCX this November.
That's very exciting. Once again, my name is Tazza.
I'm TWK Smash.
And we are out. Thanks, everybody, for showing up for today's BCS tournament. We'll see you guys next week.